The 19th Aseaccu Conference was held from August 25th to 27th at Sophia University, Tokyo, Japan. We Sophia were the hosts of the year 2011. Many students and faculty members of Catholic universities participated in the 19th Aseaccu Conference. The participants were from Australia, Indonesia, Philippines, Thailand, Taiwan, Korea, and Japan.
This year in February, I came to Sophia University and we prepared a long session about how to run this year's Aseaccu.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome all of you who come from Asia Pacific region to attend Aseaccu conference at Sophia University.
Heavenly Father, we are gathered here to share the riches of your creation with new friends from all over Asia and Oceania.
We started the 19th Aseaccu Conference with a welcome reception. Father Carmano declared the opening of the conference, and our President Takizawa gave us a welcome speech on behalf of Sophia. All participants from the Asia-Pacific region enjoyed meeting new colleagues or renewing old friendships.
Today we have organized this reception.
The game is a World Family Food Table Quiz.
Just please guess.
We enjoyed Word Dining Table Quiz after Aikido Club performance. The Word Dining Table Quiz is a quiz which makes us guess the countries from the outfits, food, or landscape in 5 pictures. We all did our best and enjoyed the Word Dining Table Quiz. And the answers are... The faculty members and students planned separate discussions regarding the approach to the environmental issues from an Asian perspective. The overall title was Caring for God's Creation.
In the morning of the second day, a mass was held at St. Ignatius Church for all participants.
Together with you this mass, Jesus Christ, make us your people in your love. Grant peace and unity to your church. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen.
After the morning mass, keynote speeches were held at Building Number 10 Lecture Hall for the 19th Aseaccu Conference.
Welcome to this year's Aseaccu Conference at Sophia University. We are very happy to receive all of you.
We are now realizing because of science.
The first keynote speaker is Father Jose Ramon Tizom Villain, SJ President of the Ateneo de Manila University. He spoke on caring for God's creation.
To our local actions. We think that it will just be taken up and absorbed by the oceans or by the surface, but they now last for a long long time. So that even if we stop now,
The next keynote speaker is Father Jae-dong Lee, Dean of Graduate School for Life from Catholic University of Korea. His speech theme is Caring for Creation, towards an ecological culture.
And human society and the natural environment around us.
Father Carmano presented memorial gifts to both keynote speakers.
After the keynote speech, we had lunch at the cafeteria in building number 2. This cafeteria is the place where we, Sophia University students, usually have lunch with our friends. But today, we enjoyed our lunchtime with the conference participants. From afternoon, faculty members and students were separated and had enthusiastic discussions regarding the theme of the environmental issues.
And teaching English as a second language.
The faculty members thought of making the 19th Aseaccu conference to discuss the role of Catholic higher education organizations in the Asia-Pacific region for realizing a sustainable development society. Next, the lecture presentations by 3 selected junior scholars had begun. The first lecturer is a junior scholar, Dr. Xu. She gave a lecture regarding environmental problems and green lifestyles in Thailand.
Use pesticide, herbicide, fertilizer, so this kinds of chemicals.
Besides seeking
The second lecture was given by a junior scholar, Dr. Hartomo. He gave a lecture regarding university social responsibility, the implementation of universities caring for God's creation.
It depicts many villages in Central Java and Jakarta.
The third lecturer is a junior scholar, Dr. Feng. He gave a lecture regarding Design to Protect God's Creations, Taiwan's Green Design.
This highlights that all organisms were already diversified upon appearing on this earth.
The second session consists of 2 parts.
In the session 2, 3 presentators from different countries share their educational programs with other members.
We don't see cities which are choked with cars and pollution.
The first presentation was given by Dr. Sanderson from the University of Notre Dame, Australia.
The Australian population and the youth, particularly in the university setting, is quite a challenge.
Particularly transport emissions, because in the South School...
The second presentation was given by Mr. Garcia from De La Salle University, Manila.
Talk about the green initiative in Sophia University.
The third presentation was given by Professor Washida from Sophia University.
First one is already finished. Education for environmental literacy in global society.
Can companies really strike a balance between making profits and protecting the environment?
Interesting debates were held during the Q&A sessions after the presentations.
In that field, they gather money from the people concerned with environmental preservation.
Between Christian churches and also other religions in this environment, ecological education, and to make some network like it is now in Britain and Ireland.
And there's obviously a natural synergy between a Catholic university. So while there's a natural synergy there, we are teaching and working with students of all faith backgrounds. We are working with communities. Caritas Australia is working with communities who are broad communities and not just Catholic communities.
We, student participants, also held interesting debates about how we can contribute to the realization of a sustainable society as Catholic university students in the Asia-Pacific region. 7 groups considered the conference theme, Caring for God's Creation.
Okay. That's smart move. Okay. climate change as a subject of this.
Okay.
And as well as the solution.
Starting from self-introductions, we reported and discussed our pre-research in each group.
And everyone, like each country has different issues. So we probably have, whilst every country has an issue.
Then water, because God did not create garbage. So I guess.
Then, each group decided the theme for a discussion and planned to give the presentation for presidents of universities and faculty members of each country tomorrow afternoon.
And you know what's the effect of this one? Even if you are poor,
how the government asks the society to protect the environment, but also the government give room to society to get developed.
Non-environmentally friendly activity. And no, you're right. The most effective way of that happening is usually
Shock simulation could go into the way of education as a system.
I think they're all connected. So it's not just she's just trying to define how do they call that term in English.
So you can present them broadly.
It's really exploited in Indonesia, kind of oil. Indonesia now is not producing oil country.
Problems in each country, but what can we? What do we suggest as a solution? So going green.
I think you could print that.
Yeah.
You can see this website by typing Smart City Project.
Smart City Project.
To focus on more friendly things for environment.
About how smart city can prevent natural disaster, or protect us from a natural disaster, and secondly, how smart city can create, produce renewable energy. Please research these 2 points. How to how. Okay.
All participants are now heading to Aseaccu for a tempura dinner.
From Hinode Pier, we got to the river bus to head to Asakusa. The weather was not sunny, but we all enjoy riding the river bus with conference participants.
Now, today's dinner, tempura. Both students and faculty members enjoyed one of the most famous Japanese dishes.
Picture. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
Yeah. There we go.
The third day started with a mass for conference participants.
The grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, and the love of God, and the fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with you all. And also with you. Good morning. Good morning. I hope you had a nice sleep, and you are refreshed. I also hope that the students could have a lot of communication.
Discussion started separately today as was the case yesterday.
The expected answer is more like, was it action we could do?
Today, faculty members continued to discuss in groups based on yesterday's panel discussion.
So very good. That is what our school is doing. So we would like our students to have a chance.
Interesting debates were held among participants regarding the environmental issues.
Encourage students to have new lifestyle.
Healthy people and a healthy planet.
Okay.
Put also a very important issue. So black out and green in with all the project for environmental issue. So that's why we try in both corporations, and I think that's one that we can go at the first step.
We are already doing these things. We do for environment, and the real challenge for us is, and it has been discussed in Aseaccu meetings for the last couple of years already, what can we do together?
No, our grades 3 to 6, they have this banking system in their math. So that, so if they get that 5 peso each day, they would deposit it to the bank.
My grandparents are farmers. They live really simply. They don't have much. They love us very much.
Reflection points really would be how the Asian perspective can help us in responding to the ecological problems.
The factories, how they make the stone to be the papers, and then what's the rationale behind, and then how the development. This will be very touching.
Classrooms out of bottles. Also chairs made of plastic bottles.
Chairs? Yeah. Really?
There's biology group, so they could be the contact group that could liaise with the other institutions of Aseaccu to keep this project.
If people become innovative.
Yes.
Right, exactly. But if everybody did. And he gets so criticized by all economists. And if you go to his an Amazon site, you'll see he's a trader, and he doesn't know what he's talking about.
And they said, this is the way to go. We may not make money, but we're trying to help the ecology, and that's the kind of commitment I think that we have to make, in terms of governance.
Set up an office or a unit that takes care or do the campaign. For example, you have a special office that take care of environment for the whole campus.
To follow the garbage car, there is a recycling car.
To achieve the green university or green college. Or the green
Representatives of faculty members from each group gave presentations to conclude today's group discussion.
recycling car.
Julia reminded us in a very important way, and I think all of us in this room want to express to the people of Japan how much we have been praying for you and thinking about you as your country has really suffered.
Because next year we're going to have the Aseaccu in Taiwan, or actually in Kaohsiung, and along the way visit the building that's made out of PET bottles, visit maybe the factories that are doing recycling of technologies and so on.
I was assigned to report. One of the advocacies of the De La Salle schools in celebration of the centennial is 1 million trees and beyond.
Themes under human dignity, dignity of labor, sharing, and environment.
It will come later. So I said, while as educators we do changing attitudes for the long term, the short term we should be able to pinpoint certain policies or even penalties and structures that change the behavior immediately.
Increased ethical responsibility to the environment of all stakeholders, re-inhabitation of the planet, and literalization of students, leading them to full ownership of God's creation.
Issues such as plastics clogging our drainage system, our sewage system and all, causing flooding, and then how the biggest river in Manila, Pasig River, has become a very big septic tank.
It's changed the lifestyle of our people.
People means students, faculties, administrators, and workers in our schools. We share not only the best practices, but also our dreams. Somebody said about the transportation system.
Leadership. Two operative words: ecological. Not environmental, but ecological, and also the word leadership. With this leadership, we can also create programs, and the Jesuit schools will start with a master's in responsible leadership.
We, student participants, started making presentation slides based on yesterday's interactions.
I couldn't write the whole thing because I wrote too big. Pure drinkable water every corner.
My mission is to help. One thinks about common, one searches for the pictures for the presentation, and the others create charts for the presentation. All students cooperated for one another and did their best in a limited time.
I really like a splash because like something.
This room doesn't have English. Third floor is the English version.
Anyway, you're there.
Some people are also rich, extremely rich, and then they use up a lot of energy. So don't they also need to have a sense of accountability on the electricity we use? So that's the idea.
You can put it all together, but for the meantime, since you only have 5 minutes,
so that everyone has a sense of again accountability.
Nice. So again, government. You just 3R, yeah, in the simple living.
Yeah, it is actually to green lifestyle actually.
So our presentation today is about developing a grassroots organisation to deal with a global issue.
Student participants started practicing the presentation one right after the other.
Or this.
Hello everyone, I'm presentator of Group 5, Channel Kim from Sogang University, Korea. So let's start. Our team shared environmental
toward one another, toward our earth, toward our home. That's all. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
At least my konnichiwa still.
One group had a presentation which was longer than 5 minutes. Now they have to reconsider their presentation structure.
Proper to put it there or not. So, you want to keep that conclusion for sure. So that means go back.
Wait. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Smart city, is it good or bad? First we define smart city. Smart city is an urban center of the future.
Inside the house are controlled by home energy management system. The energy data is displayed in the house so that we can see how much energy.
Now I really enjoy this conference. So students, so good luck and you can do it.
Each student group presentation now began. The fruit of 2 days' debate was now presented.
And I'm Lance Biano from Ateneo de Manila University, Philippines.
First one is air pollution, as you know, caused by lots of factories and lots of cars, lots of using cars, instead of taking a walk or taking a bike.
So, using the ecozoic perspective, we see that technology can cause problems. So therefore, we need to redirect technology. And there was light, fast forwarding to the 6 days of creation, God created man. And he told the man,
be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it and have dominion over the fish of the sea and over the fowl of the air and over every living thing that moves upon the earth.
This means having a simple living, a simple lifestyle where we consume less and we therefore produce less wastes. And with that, we have to have environmental awareness, raise awareness among people so that everyone too can have a simple lifestyle.
We've elected to focus on the issue of global access to sustainable and clean drinking water. And basically we've combined these two considerations to create a model organisation for how students such as ourselves can work to impact global issues.
So the second campaign is awareness rising. We just created social media, just one thing, to let people keep track of us. What are we doing now? So let's have a closer look into the first one, fundraising. This is a condition. If you donate us this much, you will get a pen. And this much you will get a tumbler. And this much you will get a t-shirt. How nice it is.
Actually, before, our aspect of development is basically by having the best technology, increase of buildings, and even a great economy. But in some point, it actually decreases our happiness.
Our shaped by this understanding that everything that we have here, creation, and ourselves, we're not a cosmic accident, but something that has purpose and value.
First up, Indonesia. There are two main problems in this area. First one is waste problem, and the second one is deforestation. Becoming more and more people are coming into urban areas.
Young, old, brown, white, black, in this generation and the generation to come. Honesty and love must be the guidance for our behavior toward one another, toward our earth, towards our home. Thank you very much.
Our group is going to tackle about the possible solution to harmonizing development and environmental preservation.
Another function of smart building is visualization of energy in the building. This enables energy optimization system and energy conservation control system to be managed well.
For the management of the energy conservation and energy generation, the electric appliance and other devices inside the house are controlled by home energy management system.
And do you think people can think with this environment? And do you think what will happen to us if the majority of the fish in the sea will die because of the global warming? Do you think there will be enough food for everybody? Surely, no terror.
Without a healthy environment, we cannot live a healthy lifestyle. Everything would be affected. The relationship of us with the environment is like the system. One cannot live without another, ladies and gentlemen. If one subsystem broke, the other system would broke too. Like when environmental things broke, we human beings also broke, ladies and gentlemen.
How splendid presentation.
Every group received warm applause from the audience after their presentation.
The finale of the 19th Aseaccu conference, a farewell reception was held at the Hotel New Otani.
To have opening remark by Archbishop Honoris.
If I would like to thank all the staff of Sophia University.
Welcome to Wenzhou. Welcome to Kaohsiung next year. See you. Thank you.
3 days of the 19th Aseaccu conference passed like a blink of an eye. All faculty members and student participants enjoyed this very last night of the conference.
Our farewell reception ended with a cultural performance by students. The banquet room became full of excitement thanks to the introduction of dancing or poetry reading of each country.
Make a circle 2 times. That's it. Is that simple? Yeah, everyone can learn it. Okay, so don't be shy. If anyone wants to join us, please stand up or come to the stage. Have fun, everyone. Are you ready? Yeah. Okay, let's dance. Music.
Grey-blue distance, brown streams and soft, dim skies. I know but cannot share it.
I love a sunburned country, a land of sweeping plains, of ragged mountain ranges, of droughts.
All the faculty members and students enjoyed their last night in Japan, taking pictures, exchanging our contact addresses. We all promised to meet again.